Hello, welcome to Kelly's Hatha FLow Level 2 class. Today's class will focus on hamstrings and hip opening. As we move throughout some of the postures, if you find one that doesn't suit your body, find a modification that feels better. If you're pregnant, make sure you're not on the belly. Avoid some of the twists or the deeper back bends we might do today as well. As you move throughout today's practice, have some fun. Remember your breath and just fall into the practice. Try to ignore anything else and calm the mind and calm the body. Today we'll start standing, toes forward, feet underneath the hips. Gently tuck the tailbone down, belly in, shoulder blades together. Drop the shoulders down as you open up the palms. Lengthen the neck, close the eyes. Today's breath as we begin will be a reverse pyramid breath. This is done with an even inhalation and even exhalation. We will start at 3 seconds, build all the way to 7, and come back down, ending with 3. I will begin the first 2 rounds by counting, and then only count the inhalation and exhalation as I continue. On your next breath, we begin. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 6. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 7. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 6. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 4. Inhale, 3. Exhale. And return to your normal breath. As practice continues, come back to your normal breath, an even breath, or Ujjayi breath to help calm the mind and settle the heart rate and body. On your next breath, you can still keep the eyes closed, and we'll set our intention, our sankalpa, quietly saying it in our mind. And this will be our focus throughout practice today. We'll take one Om together. Inhale through the nose. Om. Relax the hands. You can flutter the eyes open. Start to rock forward and back from toes to heels, keeping the feet down or lifting the toes and heels. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Back to center. Now left to right. Inhale left and exhale right. This helps wake the body up neurologically and prepares us for practice. And back to center. Making circles, hitting all 4 points, the toes and the heels. You can bend the knees or keep them straight. Pause and switch directions. And back to center. Beginning with our neck, I'm mirroring you. Starting with left ear, left shoulder. And place the hand on the neck for a slightly deeper stretch. Release. Placing the hand on the back of the neck, stretching the left back side. The right back side. And release. Now right ear, right shoulder. And release. Hand at the back of the head and stretching the back of the neck. And release. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, chest up. Looking up towards the ceiling, close the mouth. Exhale, bring chin down to chest. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest. One more round. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest. And return to center and relax the arms. Bring both arms out to the side. Cross your left arm over your right. Slide down to your elbow, keeping underneath the chin, collarbone level. We're stretching the back side of the arm, of the shoulder. And release, stretching both arms out again. Now crossing right arm over. Slide to the elbow for support, stretching the back side of the right arm. And release, once again stretching both arms out. Cross your left arm to right shoulder, right arm back of the body, and twisting towards the right. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, switch the arms and twist to the left. And return back up to center. Interlace the arms once again behind the back. Inhale, high chest. Exhale, forward fold for double angel. If this is uncomfortable or not quite ready for your arms, simply grab the wrists or the forearms. Release the arms back down and press up all the way to your standing position. Inhale, both arms up once again. Exhale, bring hands down to the thighs and squat. Bring fingers towards the middle, long spine. Look over the right shoulder, back to center. Look over the left shoulder. One more time, right shoulder and left shoulder. Back to center. Inhale, upward salute once again, and bring hands down by the side. If you're not already there, step to the front of your mat. 10 toes forward, still in our Tadasana. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, forward fold, drop the neck. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, hands down, step back, plank, knees down, coming into our tabletop. Shoulders are over wrists, hips are over knees, wide starfish fingers, and you can untuck the toes. Coming into our cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly into cow, spread the shoulders, and look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, raise the belly to the spine, and pull the shoulder blades apart, chin to chest. Inhale, reversing and dropping the belly, shining the heart, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. Once again, now raise that heart all the way up to the sky as you chuck the chin. Continue to repeat at your own pace, your own breath, for for 3 more rounds. After your last round, find yourself back at tabletop. Stretch your right leg out in back of the body, square the hips. Your right heel is towards the back wall, right toes are down towards the mat. Exhale, bring knee towards forehead. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more times. Exhale, inhale, square the hips, tighten the belly. Exhale, inhale. Good, squeeze. Now bring the right foot over the left, place it on the ground. Turn the gaze towards your right foot over the left shoulder, stretching the right side of the body. Return back to center and straighten out both legs back to tabletop. Now with the left, extend back to the back wall, square the hips, heel towards the back wall, toes towards the mat. Exhale, chin to forehead, knee to forehead. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring the leg in. Inhale, extend, square the hips, tighten the glutes. Last round, inhale, squeeze the core. Exhale, extend and hold. Place the leg over the right foot down to the ground. Turn your gaze over your right shoulder, looking at the left foot. And return back to center. Coming into our hip rotations, if you feel like you have had a lot of pressure on the wrists, you can take the blocks and place them underneath the wrists or come onto the forearms as well. For staying high, you can also come on to the fists. Bring right leg up, keeping knee bent. Rotate it out to the side and forward towards the chest for some internal rotations. Continue to repeat. If this is too harsh on the knees, you can do the same thing laying on the back, or you can double up the mat or place a blanket underneath the knees. Come back to center. Now switch directions. Bring the knee forward, out to the side, and then back for external rotations of the hip. And back to center. Now switching sides. Knee up, out, and forward. Internal rotations. Pause and switch directions. Pause and come back to center. Bring big toes together, spread the knees coming down to child for 1 breath. Stretch the hands forward, or you can place the hands in back of the body, knee closer. Either way, full child, extended child. Reach the hands forward, press into the palms, lower the body down to the mat, coming into Sphinx or Cobra. Sphinx is shoulders over the elbows, hands down, pull the shoulder blades away from the ears. You can come into a baby cobra, hands off the ground. You can come into a full cobra, or even an extended cobra with arms in front. Soften the elbows in cobra, keep them bent, shoulders away from ears. Gently lower yourself back down to the mat. Press back up to hands and knees, and back into child's. One more breath. Reach the arms forward, tuck the toes coming into our first downward dog. Bend both knees, pedal the heels, or swing the hips, so find your downward dog. Press both heels down into the mat, lift the hips up and back, belly to the spine, lengthening the core. Walk the feet to the hands, inhaling up, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold, drop the head. Bend the knees, inhale, upward salute. And hands down by the sides, Sasamastitihi. And take 2 breaths. Step towards the front of the mat if you're not already there. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. This time, interlace the hands behind the back, pressing up for double angel. If you need to, you can grab your strap and use it as well. This is uncomfortable for the shoulders. Keep them on the backs, on the hips, or in front of the body. Gently release the arms to the lower back and press up to halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat by the feet. Step back, either stay in plank, come into downward dog, or chaturanga. Slide the body forward, lower halfway. Inhale, up, upward dog. Hips are off the ground, arms are straight. Tighten up the legs, square the heels. Exhale, roll the feet, press back to downward dog. If you were in plank, meet back in this downward dog. We'll be here for 5 breaths. 1, firm up the hands, equal pressure in both. 2, lift the hips up and back. 3, belly in and up. 4, tighten and firm the triceps, pulling the biceps by the ears, triceps out. 5, relax the head and the traps. Walk the feet towards the hands. Come up halfway lift. Forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale, upward salute. Exhale, chair. On chair, sit back. You look down, you should be able to wiggle the heels. Activate the core, the hips. From the front, you can keep feet apart or feet together. Everything has its own strength, its own lines. You can lower the hands if this does bother the shoulders, or simply keep them on the hips. Any position that works for you. Try to sit a little bit deeper, look down and wiggle those toes if needed. Open up the left arm, come into a twist. Return back to center. Open up the right arm as we exhale. And return back to center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again. Ragdoll the arms or grab opposite elbows and swing back and forth. Release the hands, bend the knees, inhale, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti, or hands by the sides. And take 2 breaths. We're going to move into a little more work. Step into the top of your mat if you're not already there. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, hinge at the hip, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back with the left leg, pivoting the back foot, coming into our warrior 2. Open up the hands. Shoulders are over waist, over hips. Front toes pointed to the front of the mat with your knee tracking the toes open. Back foot is parallel to the short end of the mat or slightly turned in. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent. You can come down all the way to 90 or stay a little higher. You can also do this seated in a chair. We're going to come into our bow and arrow. This might be new for some of you. Reach forward, keeping the legs where they're at. Squeeze the arms, pulling back, rotating, squeezing the core. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. 3 more on your own. Squeeze the shoulders. Steady the back hip. Keep the back tailbone tucked. And return to warrior 2. Pivot both feet forward, toes in or straight. We're going to open up the hips, so we want those toes forward so it lets our SI joints open. Inhale, hands up nice and big. Exhale, forward fold. Bring head down to the mat. Take 2 breaths. Walk both hands to your right side. I'm nearing you. Open up your right hand towards the ceiling. You can also use blocks. Come a little bit higher, opening up. And then come back to center. All the way down, let the head go. Walk yourself the opposite direction. If you would like to use the block, walk with the block. Place right hand on the block, open up the left side. And come back to center. Place the block to the side. Grab both big toes or legs, even hips. Bend the knees. As we exhale, inhale, press the hips towards the ceiling, increasing the hamstring stretch. Let the head dangle down. Bend the knees, release the feet, place hands on the hips, flatten the back, and come all the way up. Good. From here, pivot the front toes forward. Keep the back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat, or slightly turn it in. Into our warrior 2 on the opposite side. Inhale, hands up. Drop the body, lengthen the steps if needed. Turn your gaze over the front fingers. Bow and arrow. Inhale, exhale, hands together. Squeeze the shoulders and core. Good. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Continue 3 more rounds on your own. One more, squeezing back and come back into your warrior 2. Pivot both feet forward and step together, hands down by the side, Samasthiti. And shake it out and walk back to the top of your mat. As you come to the top of the mat, grab your blocks and have them nearby. And if you don't have blocks, you can use books, anything that is firm, that won't roll away, so even kids' toys. Stepping to the front of that mat. Inhale up nice and big. Exhale, sit back into chair. You can bring feet together or keep them apart. Double check those toes, lift them up, place each one on the ground. Engage the belly and the shoulders. Drop the shoulders down, relaxing the arms. You can always bring hands down or keep them forward. Step back with the left leg into warrior 1. So this is a higher lunge. We can come a little bit deeper. Now our foot's at a 45-degree angle, our back foot, left foot. Right foot is forward and hands up. Good. Exhale, bring hands down behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest and the belly. Exhale, forward fold, bringing shoulders to the inside of the thigh. Drop the head into our humble warrior. Our back foot is firmly planted into the mat. If this does bother Achilles, you can always turn the leg up. Holding for 2 more breaths. Release the hands down, straighten the back out, inhaling all the way back up into our warrior 1. Bring both hands down. From here, we're going to straighten the front leg. You can find these blocks if needed. Before we do so, square the hips. So if you find your hips rotating, pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Shorten your stance if needed. Hips are square. Lengthen, inhaling the back. Exhale, forward fold into our pyramid. You can use the blocks on each leg. Place the hands on the hips or the leg. Continue to pull the right hip back. Keep the right leg straight. Press the front side of the left hip forward. Squeeze the glutes, hamstrings on the left leg. Continue to lengthen the spine. You can fold chest all the way down to the legs, head down, or stay higher for your back. I'll stay higher for those who need it. From here, place left hand by the right foot. We're going to come into a revolved pyramid. Open up the right hand towards the ceiling. One more breath. And return back to center. Continue to keep the legs straight. Lengthen the spine, hands to the hips, and come all the way back up. Good. Take a breath. Bend the front knee, hands up. If you need to re-lengthen, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to pivot to the opposite side of the mat and repeat. So come down and grab the blocks. Pivot both feet the opposite direction in warrior 1 and place the blocks down into the mat. Inhale, both hands up. Bend the front knee. Reminders, the front thigh is activated, lower thigh, back glute and hamstrings and quads around the back knee. Our back foot is at that 45-degree angle. Front foot parallel. Shoulders and hips are square to the front short side of the mat. Inhale, nice and big. Exhale, hands and back interlacing, or use your strap. Inhale, lift the chest, back bend. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hip to humble warrior. Left shoulder goes on the inside of that left thigh. Keep pressure in the back side of the foot of the right leg. This does bother the shoulders, bring it down, grabbing opposite wrists. Two more breaths. Gently lower the hands down to the back. Hands to the hips or by the sides. Lengthen, come all the way back up to warrior 1. Straighten out the front leg. Bring hands to the hips once again. Lengthen the spine. Use those blocks if needed. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward this time. Inhale, exhale, hinge from the hip and forward fold. Stretching the back side of the left hamstring. Continue to pull the hip back. If you're comfortable, you can forward fold, chest all the way down, dropping the head. You can also stay high, keeping a flat back, leading with the chest. Continue to firm up the right hip, pulling forward, and stretch the left high hamstring. Breathe, nice and even, 2 more rounds. Press up, long spine, hands on the hips, keep them square. Inhale all the way up. Good. Bend the front knee, arms up into that warrior one. Step together, hands by the side. We forgot revolved pyramid. Step back into warrior one, hands down. So we all forget sometimes. Press the hips back, forward fold into our pyramid. Right hand by left foot. Inhale all the way up into our reverse. Revolved pyramid. Continue to firm up the hips, squaring them to the front of your mat. Come back to center. Place hands on the blocks, square the hips, hands up to the hips, flat back. Come all the way back and inhale, warrior one. Step together once again, hands down, Samastiti, and take 2 breaths. As you're breathing, come back to your intention and your focus. Come back to your breath. Step to the front of your mat once again. Keep the blocks about the middle of the mat in case you might need them. And step to the front. Before we do that, we're going to come to one balance pose. We're going to come into our revolved big toe pose. We might need a strap for that. You can grab one. If you don't have a strap, you can use a sweatshirt. Anything, just roll it up and you can use it, even a towel. Slide the strap over the shoulder. I'll show you guys both ways. Mirroring you once again. Standing on the right foot, bend the left knee. We can stay here. Or some may be able to grab the foot, the big toe, and extend straight. It's not about doing the splits. It's about staying level. So I'm nice and level. Tall chest. Some may stay here. Others might be able to open up the left or the right arm into our revolved big toe pose. From the side, I'm forward and I'm revolved. If I need to use the strap, I can place it over the feet. If you're not in the pose, go ahead and follow us. Come up, extend, and open. And those who are already in the pose, continue to stay. One more breath. Return back to center. Keep the leg up as you drop the hands. Then bend the knee and control down into the mat. And shake it out. And we'll switch sides. Placing left leg into the mat. Bend the right knee. Holding, and some may stay here. Some may be able to grab the foot and extend, or use the strap and grab the foot and extend. Once you have your drishti, your focus and your balance, you can open up your left side, rotating, showing from the side. Nice and tall, long spine. Come back to center, lower the hands, keep the leg up at any height you can, and then gently release down into the mat. You used your strap, slide it to the side. Good. Take a breath. And walk to the front of your mat once again. Inhale up nice and big. Exhale, hinge at the hip, forward fold, belly in, head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step back, plank to downward dog or chaturanga. Up dog. Inhale, firm up the legs, pull the heels towards each other. Exhale, raise the hips, roll the feet into downward dog. Inhale, reaching left foot up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards the forehead. Inhale. Exhale, curl the spine. Inhale. Exhale, curl one more time. Inhale. This time, step towards the left side of your mat. Bring both arms into the inside. Back knee down into our runner's lunge. From the front, mirroring you, both hands are together and legs are down. Use those blocks if needed. We can stay high. We can lower ourselves down closer to the mat. I'll show you at an angle. So I can lower down closer to the elbows. With this front leg, I can rock it to the outside, creating space. Any position that works for you. You can use the blocks, a blanket, a pillow underneath the arms. Unleash that back foot, relax the back, the toe side onto the ground. And continue to breathe for 5 rounds of breath. Each breath, sink a little bit deeper. Focus on the hamstring, the back side of the thigh on the front leg, the hip flexor, the quad, the high quad on the opposite leg, the extended leg. Your hips are fairly square. I don't want to rotate too much. Shoulders are square. You can lower down further. We have one more breath. Press the hands all the way up. We're not quite leaving this position. Slide the blocks out of your way. Walk your left foot to the right side of your mat. We're going to come into our pigeon pose. Stretching the right leg out. I'm over the right leg. Left leg will come down. Keeping hips square. So use that block if needed to help keep the hips square. So slide it underneath. We can sit and make a nice big floor. Once you have a good position for yours, you can stay high, or you can come into a forward fold with elbows down. We're all the way extended, stretching out the hips. So any of those positions that work for you. So if we're stretching out, think forehead down, let the arms down. We're going to hold this position for 5 rounds of breath. If you are extended, walk the hands up. Press one on each side of the leg. Bring yourself up to your right knee. Anything that you would like to loosen up the left leg, you can work it around. Press up into downward dog. Shake the leg out. Anything that you need as a yogi to stretch the hip and the leg out. Take one more movement, and then we'll find ourselves all together in downward dog. Placing the hands, equal pressure, tuck the toes, press the hips up and back. Switching legs this time. Inhale, right leg up, keep the hips square, toes towards the ground. Exhale, knee towards the face. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, three-legged dog. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale. This time, bring the leg through to the right side of the mat. Walk the hands towards the middle of the left. Bring the left leg back down. Now we're in our runner's lunge with our right leg. Pull yourself to the outside of the leg if needed. Drop yourself over the left hip. You can stay high. You can come down to blocks. Or you can come all the way down to the mat for 5 breaths. You can also rest the head on a block. Start to press yourself up out of the runner's lunge. Walk your right foot to the left side of the mat. coming down for pigeon. Extend the left leg. Use the block under the right hip to keep the hips both level. Stay high, or you can forward fold. Down the elbows are all the way down, surrendering to your mat. Any position. Three more breaths. Gently walk yourself back up. Place hands on each side of the front knee, pressing yourself up. Swing the right leg back and around, and take a time to loosen that leg up. Different positions, different motions. And meet back up in the downward dog. It's our last downward dog. Feet are nicely set into the ground, heels pressing down towards the mat. Bend the knees slightly. Hands nice and big. Firm up the triceps, biceps are by the ears. Pull the hips up and back, sitting back towards the wall. Bellies in and up. Lengthen the spine. Relax the shoulders and head for 2 more breaths. Slide yourself forward, bringing knees down into the mat. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. 3 rounds of cat and cow. Loosen your spine, follow your breath as you inhale and drop the belly. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone. Round out the upper back, stretching across the rhomboids. 2 more rounds on your own. When you finish, come back to center. Swing the legs around, coming into a bound angel pose. So bound angel is a tighter butterfly position. So instead of having our feet out further, tuck your feet closer to your hips. Pads of the feet are together. Still find those sit bones and pull them in so it's a little bit tighter position. These are my angel wings. I'm going to grasp my feet or my ankles, either one. As I inhale, this is about lengthening the spine. I'm going to push my hips down, shoulders down, as I lengthen everything up. So using my feet as a counter, hold on to them. Inhale, lengthen the spine, tall chest, shoulders down. If you'd rather grab the ankles, you are more than welcome to as well. Keep pulling the feet in close. Actively press the thighs down to the mat. And close the eyes, holding for 1 more breath. Relax the posture, relax the hands. Slide the feet out slightly. With your right hand mirroring you once again, slide the hand out to the side for a seated side angle. Press your left hip down into the mat, left hand opposite direction. And back to center. Slide left hand out as far as you can. Keep the right sit bone pressed down into the mat. Right hip reaches up into the sky for a seated side angle. And come back to center. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, twist towards the left. Towards your right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, twist the opposite direction. long spine. And return. And bring both hands back down. Stretch the legs into our wide stance. Nice and wide. Bring hands together in heart center. Lean back as far as you're comfortable. Slide down to the right foot for turn in the middle as we rotate all the way in front, activating core and stretching the hamstrings. Lead with the waist, not the shoulders. Good, so the hips are what's moving. So think about stretching the core back, stretching the hamstrings as we go up. Good, one more round. Meet back in the center, pause and switch directions. Inhale back, reach for the left foot, exhale as we come through the center. You can go quicker or slower, whatever is best for your body. Continue to have the nice active feet. You can bend the knees if needed. One more time around. And release the hands. Shake them out. And inhale, both hands up. Exhale, wide arms. Come into our wide leg forward fold. You can bring elbows down or reach all the way down. If you're able to, you can pancake all the way down, chest flat on the earth. Continue to have nice active feet. You're on the front side of your sit bones. Long lower back. 2 more breaths. And walk back all the way up. Good. Come back together. We're going to extend our right leg. Bring our left leg over into a seated figure 4. Or we can grasp our foot, hug our leg into our rocking baby. Go back and forth, stretching across the hip. If this is uncomfortable, you can stay in just a figure 4 stretches way. So rock the baby or figure 4. And gently slow the rocks, release the leg out straight once again. Switching legs, bend the right leg, grasp the foot, hug the knee towards the chest, or go all the way around and hug and rock your baby. You can also press knee down or bend. Release the leg back down straight. Bend both knees, arms forward. You can either hug and rock yourself down onto your back or lower one vertebra at a time all the way back down. And once down, center the hips. Place your feet down into the mat, knees bent. Your knees will be directly over your ankles. We're going to come into 2 rounds of our bridge. First thing on the bridge is flattening the lower back. Pull the belly button into the spine, pubic bone to belly button, tailbone to pubic bone, flattening the back out. Press through the heels and the balls of the feet, hips up to the ceiling. Activate the adductors, the muscles in between the thighs. Squeeze the hamstrings, the glutes, and lower back. Raise both hands overhead. Tuck the left arm underneath, coming to the tops of the shoulder, followed by the right. Interlace the hands, or keep the hands flat into the mat. Continue to press up through the ball of the foot, the big toe. Activate the thighs, activate the hips, the glutes, the lower back. 2 more breaths. Release the hands, lower the back 1 vertebra at a time, ending with the tailbone. And relax down. Take a breath and we'll repeat 1 more round. Once again, set the back. Belly button to tailbone, pubic bone to belly button, tailbone to pubic bone. Press the balls of the feet, the big toe, lift the hips. Squeeze the thighs, the back side of the body. Arms overhead. Bring the right arm down, tucking the shoulder, left arm down, tucking the shoulder, interlace the hands. Continue to press the hamstrings, the glutes, and the lower back. Breathe. Release the hands, lower the body one vertebra at a time. Let the tailbone settle and take a moment. Hug both knees into the chest for Apanasana and rock back and forth, or using hands on the knees, make circles in one direction. And switch directions. This helps massage the lower back, the kidneys. And come back to center. Hug both knees into the spine. Lower the left leg down straight. With the left hand on the right leg, straighten the shoulders. Stretch the right arm out. Cross the right leg over the left into our universal spinal twist. Turn your gaze towards your right hand for 3 breaths. Return back to center. Hug both knees into the chest once again. Drop the right leg down, hug the left. Take your right hand on right knee, left arm extended, shoulders down. Cross left leg over the right, pressing the knee down towards the ground. Turn your gaze towards your left hand. Return back to center, hugging both knees into the chest. You can bring knees towards the forehead if you would like, forehead towards the knees. Relax and stretch both legs out, nice and long, ready for Shavasana. Let the feet dangle out to the sides. Tuck the shoulders underneath so we're not too rounded, practicing good posture. Have the hands out to the side, palms up. Relax the neck. Relax the legs, the feet. Let yourself sink deeper down into your mat. As we come into our Shavasana, think about your nice even breath. Inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 4. And continue for 25 more rounds of breath. Gently start to bring your awareness back. Focus on moving the fingers and the toes, then the knees or the elbows. Move the hips, the shoulders, the spine. Inhale a good morning stretch from feet all the way through the hands. When you exhale, just let it go. One more time. Inhale and stretch. Exhale, let it go. Roll over to your right side, tucking knees into chest, resting on the elbow. Roll to the left side if you are pregnant. And take 2 more breaths before making your way to a comfortable seated position. And as we're seated, once again we'll come into our reverse pyramid breath, using this for our meditation. Make sure we're comfortable. Find a block, a blanket, or a bolster if needed. And come onto the knees as well. Lengthen the spine, shoulders down. Open up the airways and the diaphragms. On your next breath, we will begin at 3, build to 7, and come back to 3. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just the long count. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 6. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 7. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 6. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 4. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 3. And return to your normal breath. Keeping the eyes closed, take a moment to thank yourself for your practice, for taking care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. And today you might have found some things you enjoy, or possibly some things you need to work on, or maybe you just didn't like it, didn't suit your body, and that's okay. And as we move throughout practices and different styles, remember yoga is a journey. There's benefits to all different types of practice, meditation, and breath. And I thank you all for being here and joining me today. Bring hands to heart center, palming warming, sliding the hands back and forth. Massage the eyes, the temples, or the forehead. And wash the face. Bring the hands back to heart center. Open the eyes. And we'll close class. Namaste.